kind of go over it again. You want to figure out what your marketing costs are, right? So you know your marketing cost, whether that's the service fee to the agency, the ads, if you're doing direct mail, whatever. You have a cost for that. You know this, right? And so you then want to compare your monthly cost for that versus the number of leads that came in from that, and then ultimately the number of clients from that. That's universal. You can do that whether it's SEO, ads, any other channel. So the good news is that part is extremely simple, and you just, you can figure that out really, really easy. Now, the thing I will warn you about, especially with the CRM, is that the phrase that most often gets tossed around with CRMs is garbage in, garbage out, and this is 100% true. If you do not have the data automatically syncing to the CRM, or your intake person is doing it, asking where they came from 50% of the time, like, all of this goes out the window, right? And so beyond any technical solution, I would favor you using like a Google Sheet and doing it, in a caveman approach, if you can get it done all the time, right? And you spend more of your time on the execution side, because that's really what's going to make or break this in the long run. And setting those standards is, I think, essential to getting the best results and getting as much value out of this as possible. The final part of this, number 3, is going to be your implementation steps, right? And so we have our sheet, or we have our CRM, we have our tracking software, and then we've got like our process for doing that reconciliation. Final part is going to be doing this, setting up a monthly reconciliation, where you then go and take your data, your lead data, and compare that to your cost data. Then you have the big picture. I highly, highly recommend set up a calendar event, a recurring calendar event for yourself, to go in and do this on like the 1st or 2nd of every single month, and just get that data from your marketing provider and then cross-reference that with your list. Or what we do in our agency is we take that off the plate of our lawyers entirely. They will just send us a client list, and we go in and affix the data, source and medium data, onto those clients. And so we actually do all of that reconciliation for them. I think that good agencies will do this, and so really takes a lot of the frustration and time off of your plate trying to go track all these people down, because we have we know where they came from, we have their email, we have their phone number, and then we have a source and medium along with it. And so our clients who get the best results and really feel like they're getting the most value are those ones who give us that baseline of information as CRM export, or just a list that they'll share with us on a monthly basis. And then the final part of this is just the like a quarterly or bi-monthly type of strategy adjustment process. And so you may not get a huge amount of insight from one single month. And going back to a point I made earlier, you may see from one month to the next that there's some sort of movement, right? Where you go from 10 to 12 leads on one channel. You can't really get a lot of good insight from that. But if you see over 3 months that your leads are consistently falling off on a channel, or they're growing, that's really what you want to look for, those like 60-day, 90-day type of trends. And then at that quarter or that 6-month period, you can really take stock of all of this stuff that you then figured out and make it actionable and connect the marketing to your business outcomes and make decisions based on that. All right, so we talked about a lot today, all built around how you can have a good relationship with your marketing agency by having a clear view of ROI. To me, this is like the most and underutilized piece of the marketing ecosystem. We just see it over and over again, where folks coming into us are not doing this right, or they're not doing it at all. So take a minute, focus on it, and I promise that by going through this process, you will find your way into a much, much better relationship with your marketing, and ultimately it's going to be able to help you drive a lot more revenue, which is what it's all about, growing your law firm and getting you to your financial goals. That's it for today. I super appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. I know you have tons of options, and there's about 1,000,001 other marketing agencies out there. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you have any questions about this,